Crude oil is now hovering around $73 a barrel this morning as a very small town in Pennsylvania is celebrating the oil industry today. 150 years ago was a very special event. The Edwin Drake sank, drilled down into the ground and discovered oil for the first time in Titusville, Pennsylvania. Clean Skies Dan Goldstein was there.
Titusville, Pennsylvania. It's a small, sleepy town just a few miles from Lake Erie, but 150 years ago, it was the center of an American oil empire. After Colonel Edwin Drake drilled his first well here in 1859,
the flywheel turns what's called the pitman arm. The pitman arm makes the walking beam seesaw up and down, and it was the up and down motion that raised and dropped the tools, and then once they struck oil, it was used to pump the oil up out of the ground.
Titusville and its sister, Oil City, became boom towns. Oil was sold for medicine, lighting, and lubrication. And with the auto came Pennzoil, then Quaker State, and finally, Standard Oil.
One of the things that caused great wealth in this area was when Rockefeller came in and solved the solution of how do we transport this stuff. And then, of course, that led to the start of the Standard Oil Company.
But by the late 1980s, the oil boom had begun to fade, and Colonel Drake himself died penniless, while others made millions.
He just somehow couldn't get a break. He was a very tragic figure in the classical sense of tragic figures.
But on the 150th anniversary of Drake's invention, the town of Titusville saluted Drake's conquest of the rock.
Let the celebration begin.
And people this week came from far and wide to see how Drake's folly became an industry, giving the man something he thought he'd never get.
His legacy lives on. And he said in the latter part of his life that he was afraid that people would have forgotten what he did. And he wasn't sure that he would be remembered. But he is.
And Drake's legacy here in the valley that changed the world may soon live on again. The state of Pennsylvania plans to sink geothermal wells for heating and cooling just steps away from Drake's original discovery, meaning Titusville could see yet another energy boom. For Clean Skies News, I'm Dan Goldstein.